color scheme, and it looks very good on you.
Thank you.
But then again, I don't think it is the dress itself. It's the personality wearing it, you see.
Sure. I like that.
And you are rejoicing that my man is gone?
You know, Uncle, when I listened to his final interview, I felt bad for him. I really felt bad when I listened to the final interview. You know, we're all talking about sack Ole. But then when he says, look, I put in all my best, but I think we've reached a stage where I have to step aside because I have not been able to take Manchester to the next level. I mean, he's one man you can't fault because he knows how to talk. Ole is very good.
He knows how to conduct himself.
Yes, he knows how to conduct himself. Yes, he really knows.
He knows how to conduct himself. Apart from the fight he picked or the club, but otherwise he knows how to.
Yes, he knows how to conduct himself. So it's you know.
But there was this very touching moment after the match when Fernandes
yes, Bruno Fernandes.
The fans. Yes, rebuked the fans and told them that, look, blame all of us, not just him. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw it.
That, you know, blame all of us, that we all are responsible for this, not just him. And I thought that was a very good thing for him to have done. Yeah. But anyway, good morning. I've seen that Batakari is wearing a new Batakari.
Yes, he has changed the old line of Batakari. Now it's a new line.
It's a new line. So we'll put up a catwalk for him one of these days.
That'll be fantastic.
Well, listen, this weekend is the Secret Code of Wives, this Saturday and Sunday.
Sure.
And so if you're out there and you haven't bought your ticket yet, please join us. You will not regret this. This will be a good investment for you. The Secret Code of Wives is one of our most incredible plays, one of our most intriguing plays, and you will not regret joining us. So Saturday and Sunday at the National Theatre, the Secret Code of Wives opens to the public. This morning, I'll continue with the series on what if Job was a Ghanaian in our time. Here we go. Job was into 4 different kinds of businesses. He was into the sheep business, and then he was into the camel business. He had oxen, he had donkeys, and in each kind of business, he was a major player. In this, Job would have represented the new kind of Ghanaian rich man. The kind of entrepreneurs we have in Ghana today are bold to enter into different sectors, and that is good for Ghana. The man who has the resources in Ghana today is not content to stay in one small corner. He is willing to take the risk into other areas as well. So we have Ghanaians who have conquered radio, for instance, and are now into television and digital platforms as well. We have Ghanaians who have done very well for themselves in banking and are now owning insurance companies and even media networks. I know one such Ghanaian who began with a printing press and is now into waste disposal, into banking, into insurance, into media, into civil engineering, and real estate. I am looking forward to he launching out into aviation as well, because he has the resources and he has the drive, and he would excel in that as well. It is fantastic for us in Ghana that there are such Ghanaians, and Ghana must cherish such people. Yes, they make a lot of money for themselves, but in doing so, they create employment, they create wealth and value for the whole nation. The challenge is that such people are different from the rest of us timid souls. They have courage, and they thrive on finding loopholes in the system and exploiting them for the good of all. They tend to be nice people, but they also know how to be nasty to get their way. And people like that need to be declared national assets and treated as such. But listen, let's be honest this morning. If such a Ghanaian, a man who is a major player in many different areas, a business tycoon, lost all his businesses and his wealth and his children all in one day, what will we say? Wouldn't we say that, oh, now we know where his money comes from?
Exactly.
That we now know the sources
the source of the money. Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah. We would say that his money comes from Sakawa or from
Exactly.
Juju or something like that. And that is what happened with Job. He lost all his 7,000 sheep in one day. On that same day, he lost all his 3,000 camels. And on that same day, he lost all his 500 yoke of oxen. And on that same day, he lost all his 500 donkeys. And in addition to all that, he also lost the lives of the employees in those different areas. And to top it all, he lost all his 7 sons and 3 daughters on the same day. There have been cases when the various stock markets in the world, around the world, have crashed and people have lost their fortunes in America, in Japan, in Britain, and in other European countries. And in all cases, people have committed suicide from their loss. There have been cases of people jumping from the top floor of high buildings, from skyscrapers, and from bridges to their death. Then there are those who poison themselves to death because they've lost on the stock market, and those who hang themselves or shot themselves in the head. And these are people who have only lost their investments on the stock market. In the 70s, I was in secondary school and living with my uncle at Kaneshie. One of my uncle's closest friends was a man with 3 very young children. This man was fairly well-to-do and had bought a car just to take the children to and from school. One morning, when the driver was taking the children to school, a tipper truck jumped the traffic light and ran into the car and killed all the 3 kids on the spot. When the news got to the man, he jumped into his car and drove towards the sea. He was determined to drown himself. He was going to drive into the sea and drown himself. Fortunately, there were people who chased his car and stopped him. The point I'm trying to make is that such misfortunes and calamities can drive a man to suicide or to other self-destructive tendencies. So what was it that sustained Job? His situation was worse than any case I have heard or read about. I know that every successful person has had to deal with and survive pain and loss in his life and in his business, but none come anywhere near the calamity of Job. And yet, Job seems to have just shrugged it off. What gave him that strength? The answer, Winston, is simple. It is his values and his philosophy of life. The things he believed in and the things he built his life around. You see, whether you survive the blows life throws at you or not depends on the validity of your values or philosophy for life. We all have our philosophies of life or our values. Some of these are empty and even naive, but as long as you have not been tested, the poverty of those philosophies will not become evident. But thank God, there are some philosophies or values that are time-tested and divinely inspired. And such philosophies are the winners, except that when you have not been tested, such philosophies sound like folly to others. The fact is that every one of us will be tested. None of us will be tested to the degree that Job was. But we will need what Job had to survive our evil days when they come upon us. And Job's philosophy will win anytime, anywhere, no matter what is thrown at us. And the philosophy of Job, well, you'll find it in Job chapter 1, verse 21. And I'm quoting, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." End of quote. In this, we discover that Job was not attached to anything he owned. I am sure he loved being rich. I am absolutely sure that he loved his children, but he held all his blessings lightly. They did not become his life. The world offers us a lot, and many of us are prepared to kill for what the world has to offer. Unfortunately, what the world offers stays here, whilst our destinies lay beyond this world. This is the way I look at whatever life gives us. I see it as staying in a hotel. No matter how comfortable or how luxurious the hotel room is, and no matter how long your stay in it is, and no matter how much you enjoy staying in it, it is still a hotel room. Someone used that room before you, and someone will use that room after you. So enjoy your stay and don't get too attached to the room, because you will not go with it when your time is up. Denzel Washington loves to say that you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. U-Haul is used to transport people's possessions, and the hearse used to transport corpse. So what Denzel Washington means is that you will never find a corpse going away with his possessions. Once you die, your possessions become the possessions of others. You came into this world naked, and trust me, you will leave naked, no matter what kind of burial your family and your friends give you. And that is why we all have to learn to hold whatever we have achieved lightly. It is wonderful to be accomplished. It is wonderful to be wealthy and successful. But please don't get too attached to any of the trappings of success, because you will not go away with it. And this is the only way to survive the worst that life can throw at you. And trust me, Job survived the very worst of the worst. And Winston, that is my presentation for this morning.
Thank you very, very much, Uncle. This is indeed food for thought. And so as we go through the day, we keep these in mind because just like you said, we came naked, we shall go naked. Yes, there may be a lot of things.
Oh, we shall go naked.
Yes,
we shall go naked.
We can't
no
do
matter
anything
what they put on you.
Yes, you can't do anything about it. Anyway, thank you very, very much, Uncle White, for joining us with Food for Thought here on the Super Morning Show. Time now for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by